So Joe Biden is very handsy with people. Just as a general rule, he's very handsy with people. So, for example, yesterday he got very handsy with Eva Longoria. Eva Longoria was visiting the White House, and he made a weird statement about how he's known her for a long time, since she was 17 and he was 40. And then he got a little awkward around the boob area. So he put his hands on her in a strange way, and she literally has to take his hands and remove them from her body, which is always a great look. When I say this has never happened to me ever, I mean it has never happened to me ever, not once, because I don't touch women in weird ways. That's a strange thing to do. Like, this woman is not his wife. Here, look. Again, if this had been Donald Trump, there'd be headlines up the wazoo. It's Joe Biden, so apparently it's no biggie. Here's what it looked like. Oh, no. She literally has to take his hands off of her. Yeah. Good stuff right there. He got really mad yesterday. The entire Biden campaign and the media got very, very angry because the White House had put out a video suggesting that your kids are his kids. They put an LGBTQ plus minus divided by a sign pride video in which they suggested that they're all of our kids, by which they mean your kids belong to them now. And the DeSantis campaign then put out an ad saying, no, they are not your kids, including a bunch of pictures of Joe Biden sniffing the hair of small children. And again, Joe Biden is a weirdo, okay? He's weird. Can we just say it? He's a weird dude. It's weird to sniff the hair of random kids. It's weird that he gets handsy with random children. It's a strange thing to do. I have 4 children. 3 of them are old enough to have friends. You don't randomly sniff the hair of children. Like, what in the... Like, I'm in touch with many more children than Joe Biden. Joe Biden isn't even in touch with one of his grandkids. One of his grandkids is no longer part of the Biden family because Hunter Biden stooped a lady and then had a baby, and that's embarrassing to Joe. So Joe never includes that baby in his calculations of the grandkids. But Joe Biden is a weird guy. So the DeSantis campaign noticed, and they're like, our kids do not belong to you, nor should you smell them. And here's what it looked like.
These are our kids. These are our neighbors.
What is he doing? Look at that kid
kids.
cringing.
All our kids.
He's over and over. And the famous one, him grabbing this girl's arm, and she's like, I don't want to be near you, old man. I don't know why you're whispering to me, old man. Look at her. She's like, oh. She's trying to get away from him. He's trying to kiss her.
LGBTQ Americans,
so weird.
Children, you're loved, you're heard, and this administration has your back.
Stop grabbing the children. Stop it. It's weird. You're a weird old man.
That's somebody else's kids. They're all our kids.
Stop it. Stop touching people in weird ways. How often do you pray? The answer probably is not enough. I pray 3 times a day. But the reality is that you need a constant check-in with God to keep your sanity at this time in American life. Regardless of your religion, we all need a little more peace in our life, and Hallow can make that happen. Hallow is an incredible app that offers a unique approach to prayer and meditation. Unlike other meditation apps, Hallow is tailored specifically for people of faith to deepen their relationship with God. The Hallow app is filled with studies, meditations, and reflections rooted in Judeo-Christian prayer practices. There are a lot of Christians who work at this company, obviously. A huge number of them use Hallow to pray every day. You can pray alongside Mark Wahlberg, Jonathan Rumi, who portrays Jesus in The Chosen, and even some world-class athletes. You can access the #1 Christian podcast, Bible in a Year, with Father Mike Schmitz on Hallow. Hallow helps you maintain a daily prayer routine. With features like progress tracking and streaks, you can stay motivated and make prayer a regular part of your daily routine. Set prayer reminders, invite others to pray with you, and track your progress along the way. And very important to set out time for meditation and prayer, communion with God, because the world is just a difficult place. If you're looking to deepen your relationship with God and improve your mental and emotional well-being, try Hallow for 3 months free at hallow.com/Shapiro. That's hallow.com/Shapiro. We'll get to more on this in a moment. First, what's the secret to having great-looking, glowing summer complexion? Well, it's using great skincare products from our friends over at Genucel. Leathery, dehydrated skin covered in dark spots, those are a problem for all of us during the summer season, especially where the sun is really bright, like down here in Florida. Genucel's beautifully curated Summer Essentials package is a limited edition package that includes their one-of-a-kind Ultra Retinol Super Moisturizer. Their Ultra Retinol is a powerful plant extract alternative to retinol. It's perfectly safe to use in the summer sun without any of those harsh side effects you sometimes get with retinol. The Summer Essentials package also includes Genucel's classic skincare therapy for under-eye bags and puffiness, plus a concentrated vitamin C serum that nourishes your skin for a clear, glowing complexion. My wife uses their firming serum. So does my mom. They put it on at night. They feel a lot better in the morning. They look better in the morning. Go to Genucel.com/Shapiro right now. Get your Summer Essentials package just for the summer season. Every subscription order includes a customized summer spa gift box, absolutely free. Genucel has been helping members of my family for literally years. You should go try them out right now. Go to Genucel.com/Shapiro. That's Genucel.com/Shapiro, GENUCEL.com/Shapiro to get their summer essentials package today. So media immediately ran a headline suggesting that the DeSantis campaign was accusing Biden of grooming. No, they're accusing him of being a weird old person who keeps grabbing other people's kids, and they're not your kids. That's true. He's a weird old guy who does all that stuff. And you know who's noticed? Everyone. All the people have noticed. What's amazing about this, and I kind of love it, is the fact that RFK Jr. has already declared his candidacy. Gavin Newsom is running a campaign hoping that Joe Biden dies. That is clearly what is happening. The governor of California keeps running against DeSantis and a little bit against Trump, hoping that Joe Biden just slumps over in his chair one day. Like he's running ads in Florida, and you're like, what are you doing, dude? You're the governor of California. Your state is a disaster zone. I know. I used to live there. I moved there. I took my employees with me. Like, what are you talking about? So DeSantis finally came out at Newsom, and he's like, dude, if you want to run, just run. You're a coward. Like, if you won't take on the old man, then what's your problem?
I mean, you see it in San Francisco. You see it in L.A. You see it in the people fleeing. California, from its inception, gained population every single year until he became governor. But if you're leaving like Southern California to move to like Jacksonville, which is a great place, you're not doing it because of the weather, because they probably have the best weather in the country. You're doing it because the place is so mismanaged and ill-governed that you just can't take it anymore. And yet with all those problems, he has a real serious fixation on the state of Florida. I mean, I think it's just bizarre that he does that. But what I would tell him is, you know what? Stop pussyfooting around. Are you going to throw your hat in the ring and challenge Joe? Are you going to get in and do it, or are you just going to sit on the sidelines and chirp?
And the answer is he's going to sit on the sidelines and chirp because Democrats are stuck with this guy. Okay, we'll get to more on this in just one moment. First, as you may know, we've been in an ongoing battle with some of the biggest social media platforms out there. Last month, Matt Walsh was demonetized on YouTube. Then Candace Owens and Michael Knowles were both suspended for 7 days. Even Dr. Jordan B. Peterson was given a channel warning. Virtually all of these so-called violations stemmed from our coverage of the trans debate. We are expected to adhere to vague, arbitrary, constantly changing rules. It's very, very frustrating. Those rules contradict everything we stand for, but we're not going to stop saying things that are true, and we're not going to allow the left to restrict us from reaching the audience that need to hear all about all of this stuff the most. Jeremy Boring, CEO, tweeted, quote, if platforms like YouTube believe in free speech, they must change these vague and capricious policies and their arbitrary enforcement. In the meantime, we'll keep fighting and speaking the truth wherever we can. Well, it's been glaringly evident we can't rely on third-party sites to support us, which is why you should head on over to Daily Wire Plus. It's the best platform for you to find content free from big tech's vague guidelines. So if you believe in our work and in fighting for the ability to debate some of the biggest cultural issues facing America, well, now would be the time to join us. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. You'll get 25% off your Daily Wire Plus membership. Go to dailywire.com/subscribe and join the fight. Meanwhile, speaking of the failures of the Biden administration, they're about to surrender to Iran again. So you remember when the Obama administration signed an Iran nuclear deal that basically achieved nothing but gave them pallets of cash? Well, now Joe Biden is trying to do the exact same thing. The motivation here is unclear. Biden basically just wants to get out of the Middle East entirely, which sounds great until you realize that the moment that happens, the chances of war in the Middle East go up dramatically, and places like Saudi Arabia go nuclear, and war breaks out, and then the United States is sucked back in. Isolationism always sounds amazing until precisely the moment at which isolation results in catastrophic war, which is usually what ends up happening. In any case, the mullahs want their money, and Joe Biden wants to give them money. And so the Biden administration has been negotiating with Iran to limit Tehran's nuclear program and free imprisoned Americans, according to officials from 3 countries. So what exactly would the United States get out of this? Well, you'll recall that the mullahs have been claiming they don't want to build a nuclear weapon, but they've been enriching nuclear material from like 20% to 60% since 2015. Now they are claiming they're going to stop. Sure. There are virtually no verification protocols here. Also, Iran says, we'll stop trying to kill your soldiers in Iraq and Syria, which I don't believe you. They also say they're not going to ship armaments to the Russians to use in Ukraine, which, again, why would they not? And Joe Biden's like, well, I can pretend it to win, so probably I'm just going to ship them pallets of cash. Why not? Why not? It worked for Barack Obama. The media, of course, are over the moon about all of this. The reality is this radically increases the chances of war in the Middle East, because if the United States takes the clamps off money flowing to Iran, Saudi Arabia is going to have to arm up. Saudi Arabia is going to make common cause with China. Israel is going to look at striking Iran's nuclear facilities. That's just how this is going to go. And everybody knows this is how it's going to go. But the Biden administration doesn't care because, again, this is the worst foreign policy administration since at least the last Democratic foreign policy administration. All right, guys, the rest of the show continues right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be joined on the line by reporter James Rosen. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro. Check out for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click that link in the description and join us.